All right, guys, welcome back to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dede, and we are working on part two of the little girl out of the Look, this color book here. The Look color book. This is the book we're working out of. And I'm working on a piece of Bristol. I copied her onto Bristol so that we could use the Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers. Now, part one, I was zoomed out and you could see the whole thing, but it wasn't showing the vibrancy of the colors of the markers. So I've zoomed in and got the colors accurate, more accurate here, but that's it made me look like I have a nice dark tan. But I want y'all to see the vibrancy of the colors. Oh, well, yeah, I always take pictures of things when I finish them, but that's not helping us right now. So I want y'all to be able to see the vibrancy of these markers. I'm going to do a couple more little dots on the little scrunchie because you just can't really where's my water brush? You can't really tell how awesome and vibrant they are when the camera's flashing out. But I'm going to try here to add a couple little bit more. And not everybody's on Twitter to see the pictures, so I try to give as best as I can for you guys here. There. So you'll just have to go by the color here and ignore everything else. Okay, so let me go ahead and keep working now. Oh, I wanted to add a little bit more bright pink, and I'm working on a tray. If you know, I'm not going to repeat it all, so if you didn't watch part one and you're watching this part, you really need to go back and watch part one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more vibrant pink right along the scrunchie there. I want a little bit more, because I want her hair to be hot pink, right? I really want, and although we did add a little bit of teal touches, I really want it to be nice, bright pink. So I'm just going to blend them out again. You'll see. Yeah, on Facebook, I post in Facebook when I do a color book page or get a new color book. I do post on Facebook. I have a whole bunch of Facebook albums, and you don't have to follow me on Facebook or me friend you on Facebook for you to see my albums. I have all kinds of portrait albums. I have a color book album. I have my messy desk album. All kinds, there we go. All kinds of albums on Facebook that you can follow and see. Um, so, yeah. Bye, Claire. All right, so let's go ahead now with the greens. I can pull the greens back here. So you can see these are the true colors of and how vibrant they are, because they are true watercolor pigments in a marker, not just markers. All right, let's go back with the kind of the medium green here. I just want to blend in a little bit that. So you can see I'm just trying to blend a little bit darker and along the edges here and under where the shadows are. And I told anybody that wanted to post in the stream, anybody that they know that really uses these a lot. This is really actually my first time to try to do a piece with them. And then I pick up the water brush and just kind of blend it out to use these. And I really want to darken up the jacket. So I'm going to just continue adding layers and layers until I get it as dark as I want. Okay, I'm going to go with the lightest green and just kind of blend that in. And again, depending on how vibrant or how subtle you want your colors, you can either do it here on the page or on the tray. Okay, so here's an example right here. That little dot right there, that's where the paper has been wet too much. Okay, so this is good. All right, see that dot right there? The paper is so wet right there that it's soaked in right there. It's not going to blend. It's kind of like almost like it made a hole. It's not going through or anything, but I've scrubbed on it so much that it kind of just did that right there. So you got to be careful, and this is not watercolor paper. This is just Bristol. So just be aware. You got to practice and you got to test. You got to test your papers. You cannot do this. What I'm doing here, you could not do this direct into your color book. You'd have to just take it layer by layer with, off of here, because it's going to wet your paper way too much. Okay, it would wet it too much. Even when I'm drawing in between, it's paper. Bye, Carla. All right, so this is more of the colors that I'm wanting for the jacket. You can see how we have to build up all those layers because it is watercolor, guys. It's watercolor. Okay, I kind of wanted this. Well, I'll just go ahead and do it green. I was thinking that could be another little like element, but I think I'll just work on that. Can be a buckle right there and the button right there. We'll do those in different colors. Okay. So this is where we're headed with the jacket, something like that. Even that's a little bit too light. Just go over it just a little bit more. If you have any questions, put them in caps. Okay, because we're going to send this to Eileen, who gifted us the mark. I say us because when we do a project together, we're all here together. All right, so that is kind of where we're going. And you can go in there with color pencil too. I'm trying not to do much with color pencil in this case. I'm trying to do as much in just, the markers as possible on this page. Okay. So you can see this is where we're heading with the whole coat. Kind of like that right there. Okay. All right, let's go back with the medium greens. Go behind her handbag there. Do you have any questions or anything, guys? Just building it up. And again, depending on how much, I hate to say I have to hurry, but we already worked an hour on her, and that's as far as we got. So just so you know, it takes a while to do any kind of watercoloring. Hey, DeMonte. Okay, I'm going to need to dry this because I can feel it peeling. I mean, even with Bristol, as many layers of watercolor we've added, we got to be careful. Okay. Let's dry. Oh. All right. Keep going here. Hang on, it's the hubster. Hey, I'm streaming. Yeah. I'll call you back when I'm done. Oh, well, good, guys. You know, like I said, this is the first time I've used these markers. So that's why I say if y'all have people that y'all know that use them and do them like all the time or proficiently, feel free to post links. I've got the very lightest green now, so I'm trying to, I want this coat, I don't want the coat to be this light. This is where I'm heading right here, right? Yeah, by the time y'all said hi, he was gone, guys. All right, let's add a little bit of like some kind of, I'll say texture, but let's make it a little bit more. A little bit more. It doesn't turn out flat. I want to have some like more, not waves, what do you call it? Folds like. So I'm going to just add a little bit more fabric-y look. All right, back with the lighter one. I think maybe one more layer and we'll have it blended out enough. I'm just picking up some of the dark and pulling it in. So probably, I don't know, can you buy these individually, Eileen, or do you have to buy a small set? Or, because I would recommend, I mean, they're fun, but I wouldn't, you know, tell somebody to go buy a full set without testing them to see how they like them. I like them, but, you know, I could sit here for hours and play with them and blend them because I want this to kind of look like texture. I want it to look like a pea coat. If y'all know what a pea coat is. So I'm going to kind of blend that. And then I'll probably take the water brush to it too. So I'm just blending all the edges together here, or blending the edges out, I should say. Can y'all see? I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I tried on the color book. When it's a white paper, it's so tough. It's so tough on white paper to get it. That's why I'm zoomed really far in this time to see if that helped. Okay. All right. Eileen put a link to DeviantArt person, but I can't repeat the whole thing, so it's not like a site. It's on DeviantArt. You can buy singles. Okay, that's good to know. So what I'm doing, guys, I'm just feathering out all the edges where I put the darker. Now I've got the lighter color. Oh, let me see if you can see this right here. Let's try right here. See how it's moving it? Can y'all see how it's blending that out? So I'm just going right along the edges of the darker. And just, I'm kind of just slowly getting the whole pea coat darker. Little bit by little bit. Okay. Just blending it out. And I need to dry it again, I can tell. All right, let me dry it again. Yeah, yeah, like the sailor's pea coats are usually blue. They're like blue or black, but we did hers green. We literally made it a pea coat, a pea green coat. At least it's showing the vibrancy when we're this close. That was really bothering me on the part one. It looks so washed out, and these colors are so vibrant. Right, Eileen? This is how vibrant they are. It's making me look like a weird color, but the colors on here are right. That's the real color. They're just now I'm going to take a water brush and just kind of blend out everything. Kind of blend everything kind of out. And again, it may or may not show up. But if you're not using, this is Bristol, if you're using just cardstock or something, this you can't keep adding water and water and water. It won't work, guys. You really need to do at least Bristol, if not watercolor paper, to get this many layers that I'm adding on here to not ruin the paper. And I still have a couple areas where I can tell it's like it's saying, "Nuh-uh, got enough layers of water on there right now," even though I'm drying in between. Okay, so I'm trying to make it look like wool. That's it, wool. That's what a pea coat is, wool. Oh my gosh. Yes, I am Eileen, and if you weren't here when I guess announced, Denise and Boo are coming for the weekend. Cam has to work with his dad, so he won't be here. But they're coming down for the weekend, probably go to the lake and whatnot for 4th of July weekend if you're watching this recording. But Denise, me, and Boo are streaming on Monday. It's always fun when Denise is here. Y'all know she's a hoot. Do I have any water left? Yes. Um, there it goes. It's moving it now. Um, Denise is a hoot, my daughter. And then my granddaughter's going to do, and this is what I planned, guys. I'm never set in stone, right? Because who knows? But the plan is for Boo to do a makeup video. Yeah, but they're so vibrant. See how vibrant that is? True color right there. They really are that vibrant, aren't they, Eileen? Yeah, so I want Boo to, she wants to do a makeup video. And trust me, my Boo, she could find her way around a YouTube, and she's a YouTube, oh my gosh, I need a little bit darker right by the hair there. She can find you anything on YouTube. She's, yeah, she can make or cook or craft or makeup or clothes, any of that from a YouTube video. Trust me. She knows how to use herself some YouTube. All right, so I want to darken up right there. So she is going to do, and if y'all don't know, she's in uh, cheer, and so I'm just adding some more dark, guys. Again, I'm hoping that the pilling won't. I need it darker though. It's not dark enough for me in some of the shadows, so I'm adding more. Um, she can do some makeup, fingernails, makeup. She can probably tell you every fashion girl on YouTube. So I asked her if she would do a makeup video, and she said she would. So there we go. She said she would. Want it a little bit darker where her hair's touching. Okay, so I've gone back in with another layer. Okay, now I'm going to take the medium green. Let me dry it. Well, no, I need to blend, so I don't want to. Okay, I need to blend. So I don't want to dry that yet. See, that's the thing when it's a balance between how wet to get the paper and how dark you want to get this, because even on Bristol it's paper. It's still paper. You gotta balance that, how wet you get the paper. So yeah, so that'll be fun. Hi, Helen. Nice to see you. We're just working on a color book page using the Zig watercolor markers that Eileen sent. My first time to really use them in any significant way, other than just doing swatching, you know. So now I'm just darkening it up layer by layer. Because it's just like watercolors. Well, it is watercolor. You got to build it up if you want it, you know, dark. You know, a lot of times you're just doing watercolor, like if you're doing, you know, especially flowers or something. This would give you a great watercolor flowers because you don't necessarily have, you're not trying to do, you know, a dark fabric. Okay. Now let me dry it again before we add the water. Okay, I'm going to go one more. I'm going to do one more layer of light green. That's it. We're going to, whatever we can get done with the light green, this is the final layer that I'm going to do on the jacket. Because we've been working on it for at least, I don't know, we've probably been working on the jacket for at least 30, 45 minutes. All right. Trying to make it like wool. Kind of woolly. I hope it kind of looks like wool. It's fun working with them, Eileen. Both, you know, wanted to test them both ways. Direct to paper, which you really, I mean, I can see pilling. Just saying, guys, you gotta, it'll pill. But I went with it. When I send it to you, Eileen, you'll see. Eileen does, she uses them for stamped out cards. Like she'll stamp in permanent ink and use these. So she does some awesome cards. So Eileen, you'll have to test my results when you get this. Tell me what you think. So I'm trying to just kind of, I don't want to say I'm kind of rolling it around, but sort of, because I want it to look like wool. So I'm trying to do a texture effect. And I don't know if it's coming across or not, but and then I'm blending the edges where it's dark. See, maybe you can see it blending out. So I think we built it up pretty well. Eileen, do you? Do you think we did okay with it? Having never really played with them except swatching, I think it kind of turned out pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. I just want to do a couple, like a light tan, like here, like a peachy color. No, that's too peachy. I want a browner color. This is, what is this called? Oatmeal. I want to do the little button. And then it kind of looks kind of like a brass color, so I'll go ahead and go with the buckle in that same oatmeal color. It's not much showing there, just a little bit, so it's just not colored. The texture coming across, you're giving the paper a good way. That's for sure. I am giving the paper a good workout. But it's, you know, it's for, again, if you're just watching, it's the Strathmore Bristol Vellum, and it's my inkjet printer did okay. I mean, I can see a little bit of, it's not like it moves the ink, but it's almost like the ink of my inkjet sinks in, right? So again, you're going to have to know your inkjet. Okay, I'm not liking the way that fold is right there. It almost looks like it ends too sharply. Let's do our own here. And I'm also tempted to do I'm also tempted to do the little stitching in white. There's a little stitching on the pea coat. I'm tempted, I think I will. I think I'll go with, I'm trying to get dark right along her hair there. I think I'm going to go with my Posca pen. All right, let me kind of blend that out now. I think I'm going to go with my Posca pen and put white stitching on the pea coat. Okay, I want to kind of blend some of those. And again, this right here, it just ends too abruptly. I want to add a couple more. I'm going to add a couple more pleats just to make it more pleatish. There we go. All right, I like that better. You have to cut paper. Yes, I did cut because the paper, the Bristol board is 9 by 12. I cut it down to 8.5 by 11. Okay, now she's got this little fuzzy thing there. I don't know if I'm not sure if she's like wearing a blouse or what the little fuzz is. It could almost be a blouse. Look nice. Maybe I'll just leave it white. I think I'll leave that white because it does look kind of cool. Now we got to color her handbag and her tights. And see again, this is another area where you can add more shadow right along the edge there. And then watercolor it down. With the water brush. It just needs a little bit more of a shadow where her coat is right above her skirt. Something like that. And again, I think I want to add a couple more of my own little pleats. Just a little bit more pleatage. And then blend that in a little bit. Hope it's showing up. I'm doing my best, guys, to... You know who, and I'm sure he probably knows of these, is Steve Mitchell, the watercolor guy on YouTube that we all love. The watercolor. I wonder if he knows that he could probably rock these babies if he hasn't already. Okay, I'm going to add a few more little, my own little pleats there. Something like that. All right, so let me blend those out now. Because a person that does watercolor all the time, I've only done a few, you know, I mean, I've done a few. I showed you all the boots. I've done a few watercolors, but it's not my, you know, expertise. But it's fun to play with them. Okay, there we go. It's probably like a lamb's wool lining on a coat at collar. Could be, yeah, it could be a lamb's wool. So it'd need to have a little bit of you would need to have a little bit of, what do you call it? Like just a little bit of off-white in there. Just touched it, not really much. But that's probably what you're right. It's probably like a lamb's wool. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Anita K. Hey, Pat. Anybody else popping in? Debbie. Who else is popping in? Thanks, guys, for being here. So, again, that is really how vibrant these... No, not my brush marker. I mean, my watercolor. But that's literally how vibrant these colors are. They are so vibrant that it's hard to get my camera to adjust to them without making everything else so dark. But ask Eileen, these colors got some pigment to them. All right, let me dry this again. Hang on, guys. Yes, Steve Mitchell on YouTube. All right, now I want to take my white Posca. And Eileen, I'm going to send you this with it. The one that we, it was either a choice between doing this one. Again, guys, sorry about the way that I mean, this is the true color, but, to get that color. So anyway, I'm going to send this to Eileen too, and she can practice on this Bristol. They really are that bright. So Eileen, I'm going to send you this one I printed out on Bristol for you to practice yourself with them and see what you can do with them. Because Eileen uses them much more than this is my first time to use them, guys. Seriously. All right, so now let's go ahead and do the little purse, and now we can kind of play with just different colors. This is the pack of 36 colors. Let me kind of show you. I'll go ahead and show you some of the colors in more detail. Well, I'll do that in a second. Let me go ahead and finish this. And I think her tights, let's go ahead and do them, because we did some turquoise in her hair, which we just did that with some color pencil. The turquoise, let me see if I can add, let me see what happens here. This is this is much more vibrant than the turquoise, light turquoise that I put with pencil. So I'm just going to add a couple, whoops, I'm going to add a tiny bit more vibrant. And this color is the cobalt blue. Okay. I'm just going to add a few little extra streaks just to kind of add a couple more little bits of the turquoise to her hair. And I think we'll do her tights in a turquoise wash. So there we go. Now, let me blend that out just a little, just so it's not harsh on the ends. Because I want it to look like it's blending in, right? There we go. Now, what I want to do here is, I think I need to do it over here. Let's go ahead and put it in the tray. Okay, I'm going to put it in the tray because I really just want to wash first to start. So I'm going to pick up that, and I just want to do a full-on wash of her tights in turquoise. Then we'll go in and pick out some darker designs, right? All right, so I'm just going to put a whole full-on wash. I'm not going direct to paper yet. I'm coming over here and, putting some in the tray and then picking that up to add a wash of light color first. Okay. And then I'm going to dry that. Okay, let me dry it because, I'm trying to avoid just peeling the paper as much as I can. So now what I'm going to do is go in here direct to pick out some of the little paisley designs and make those with the marker. So yeah, I think there's sort of some kind of paisley-ish design. See how that's working? Something like that. Just pick out a few of the designs. Not trying to outline everything, but I'm just picking out some of the heavier lines to make them something like that. This makes the tights look more. Thanks, Anita. Yeah, because you're the boss of your color book. Right along, and probably have a little bit more shadow right under the skirt. So I'm just going to add a little bit more shadow right under the skirt, like we did under the jacket there. Okay. And again, the size of the picture that we're going out of the look, this book here, and I'll show you the size. Let me find her. So you can see the difference in size. Much bigger here on the is she? Where is she? We'll find her. Ah, so here's the size of her. So you can see, this is the color book. And then here she is on the Bristol. All right. Let's go on to, oh, what did I get something there? I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and go on to the pasta. The stitching. I want the stitching to be white. So we're going to make it white. All right. I think there's some, you know what? Let me look because I've covered it up. Now I don't even remember where all the stitching is. Let me look at the original here. Yeah, okay. So they're stitching down the collar. I know you won't be able to see this. Let me get my pen going. You won't be able to see this probably till I hold it up, but oops. I'm just barely touching. Just going to add a little pop. Pop. Bam! Hey, Barb. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, so I'm going to add, maybe a little bit in the button, just a little dot in the button. Thanks everybody for stopping in. Like I said, yesterday is when I was wanting to stream, but my power went out in the neighborhood. So that sent me to the bookstore. And sketching. Okay, let's see, there's a little bit right there. Let's go right along the edge of that buckle. And stitching right along her skirt. I'm going to go ahead and do that in white too. Why not? Why not? And you could use this, you know, a Sharpie poster paint pen or any kind of paint pen. Doesn't have to be white, but that's the only paint pens I have other than a gold and a silver. You could probably do it with the gel pens, you know, a little stitching or whatever. Okay, let's see, is there anything else I want to do? Okay, so there we go. Stitching there, stitching there, stitching along her skirt. They could even make, if you wanted to, you could even do a little bit of more on the designs. Like even if I just dotted some of those little paisleys, let's just dot the paisleys with the Posca. Make them stand out. Now I'm not going to do every one. You could. I'm just kind of wanting to highlight some of them. And so anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Let's stay here for a few more minutes. But I'll be here Monday, 4th of July. Plan to anyway. And hopefully Denise and Boo will, I want Boo to do her makeup show. And of course Denise and I'll just sit here and, you know, we always have fun together. I hope she doesn't make me, oh, yeah, can I say that, Sherry? Sherry, can I say that? Let me know. I don't want to say if I can't. So we'll get Boo to do makeup, and then Denise and I will just laugh and have fun, and hopefully she won't make me clean. Hopefully she won't make me clean anything or organize. No, my room's pretty, I mean, my, you know, studio space, it's very organized. After a stream is when it's the worst. Oh, good, Sharon. Good to see you. No, she's not gonna put makeup on me. She's gonna put makeup on herself, Eileen. Yeah. Bye, Muse. I'm waiting for Sherry to see. The videos are all live. Oh, okay. I hadn't been able to check that. So, Sherry, if y'all know Shannon Green's Inspiration Conspiracy, where she goes and Shannon picks different people to like feature, and then they all link. I don't know how many are in this one, this group, Sherry, but Sherry Pink is one of the Inspiration Conspiracies. And so if you go to and go, we can start at Shannon Green if y'all know Shannon Green, and then go from streamer, YouTuber to YouTuber, and see everybody's different videos. So Sherry Pink, who's Sherry, what are you, Sherry 1975? Yeah, Sherry 1975. There's 13. Oh, there's always 13. Okay, I did not know that, Sherry. There's always 13. Okay, so just start at Shannon Green, or you can start at Sherry 1975 because they'll all do a circle. And go find some new YouTubers to watch. Thanks, Joe. Congratulations, Sherry. Sherry's awesome. You'll just, go around and check out all of the YouTube Inspiration Conspiracy, all 13 of them. All right, so there is her tights. See how we just added some white to make the little paisley design stand out in her tights. I know, yay, Sherry. Okay, so there we go, guys. So far, all we have to do now is her little purse. I'm not going to do these things here. And again, I just did a light little test of the green leaves up here. Eileen can finish those or this or whatever if she wants to. Now I think I want her handbag to be a bright yellow. Orange and yellow. Yes, we're going to go with yellow and bright orange. All right, so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to do like I did the tights, start with a wash. So I'm just going to put out some yellow here and take my brush, make sure it's clean on the Kleenex, and clean the brush. Otherwise we'll have green. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Sherry, putting in your link. Now I'm just going to do a full wash over the whole, just to get the whole handbag blocked in. Okay, so I'm right here. I'm picking it up off the tray and doing just a full-on wash. Okay, let's get a little bit. Maybe I'll just take it along the edge where I want it real dark or darker. Okay, now I'm going to dry that because if I try to go in here now with the orange, get a wet on wet, like if this is still wet and I go in here and try to do the lettering with orange, it's going to bleed not because of any other reason, but you're doing a wet on wet and that will make it bleed. So let's dry the purse, the handbag. Thanks, Anita. And now I want to do the lettering with orange. Is this my brightest one? Let me see. Yeah, I think so. And I wanted to show you all the colors that I have here. That's orange. Okay, so I'm just going to go in here, and remember, these are, whoa, I forgot I'm so zoomed in. These are brush. It's not a fiber tip, it's an actual brush, and they're very pointy and detailed. So I can get right up in there. Try not to rush, because I want it to be neat, the lettering. And I think I'm going to do this star here, a nice bright orange. Then I'll do her strap, maybe brown or tan. Let's put some of the details though, like the trimming along the bag. So I hope, guys, that y'all have enjoyed this. Y'all got any questions or anything else to talk about before we go? Yeah, the tights came out great, didn't they? So I'm going to send this off to Miss Eileen, who sent the markers. And I'll send her the blank one that we did not color on for her to test out herself with her markers. Miss Enabler, and if y'all don't know Eileen, we call her Eileen the Enabler Elf, because she's always enabling people. But she always picks good things. She doesn't enable nothing bad. Just saying, I've never known Eileen to enable anything. Okay, I think that's part of her jacket showing through there, so let me just take a green and kind of, let me get the dark green. Where is it? Where's the dark green? Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, here it is. Does this fit? Yeah, I think that's it. I just want to fill in where her coat is showing through. The straps. Oh, I hope it was fun. It's always a challenge when you want to own that ball right there. I think we'll do that yellow and put some white. Okay, so I'm going to put some yellow on that. Let's do yellow in that too. I'm going to add a little bit more vibrant yellow here and there, just so you can tell that that's yellow but not flat. I want it to have a little more oomph to it, so I'm just going to kind of tap in there in the background a little bit of yellow. And then the strap, I think I'll go ahead and do that oatmeal, kind of a light tan color. Some of the straps in there. And I can highlight it with the Posca. All right, now let me dry this and we'll hit it with the Posca. I'm going to make that little ball thing. It's like a rubber thing. You'll know those rubber balls that look kind of like, they have like pokey things coming off of them. Y'all know when I hit it with the Posca here. As opposed to her fuzz, these are fuzzy. All right, so what I'm going to do though is let me go ahead and just kind of get a little bit of highlight here around the little button there, maybe on the clasp, a little bit on that little star. But this, I want y'all to imagine, it's one of those rubber balls. So if I put this on here, I think you'll be able to see. It almost, I think you'll get the idea. See? One of those. One of those things. All right. Let's do a little thing on the button. I'm tempted to put a couple of streaks in her hair just to make it pop. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's add a couple of white highlights in her hair. Why not, right? We're the boss of our color book. Let's go ahead and add a couple of, I want to kind of blend, I don't want it like lines. I want it to kind of blend in. So let's just go ahead and blend in a little bit of highlight, feathering it out, just hitting it here and there, and then kind of feathering the edges. I don't want it to look like a flag. That was my fear. Not really a fear, concern. I didn't want her hair to look like red, white, and blue. I wanted to keep the pinkness of it. So, but we can add a couple I'll do a couple flyaway hairs too. Hang on, let's do a little bit of. So I'm just going along a couple of the edges here, feathering them out so they're not harsh lines. So, and this works for actual feathers too, feathers and hair. If you take, now you don't have to leave it white, because once it's dry, you want to make sure it's dry. You can go over it with a marker, but watch. I want to show you that you can make some flyaway hairs. Now I'm not going to put any spikes on her hair, but I want to do a couple flyaways. So if you cross over if you cross over, you want to just make sure that they're kind of blended in. Let's see which way I want it to go, like maybe this way. Let's have a couple coming across her coat. And you also want to make sure that whatever you're doing it underneath is the last thing. In other words, don't try to put flyaway hairs and then go paint something under it. All right, so I'm just going to do a few little flyaways here, coming around this way. Because trust me, you don't want to have to try to paint behind that. And then let's just say this one's coming around this way. See what I mean? Just a couple. Now don't get, it's just better if you just have a few. But it makes it look like the hair is really kind of blowing in the wind. Maybe this one's got a few coming up this way. And it works for feathers too. Like feather fronds, if you will. Now, you don't have to leave them white. I can go back over them with the light pink or the blue or whatever so that they look more like they're part of her hair, not just white. All right. Just kind of look and see if I need any more. Maybe just one or two right here coming across her jacket. Okay. I'm zigging with you, but on a different picture. Oh, okay. All right, so see, now, you don't have to leave those hairs white. Let me hit it with the heat gun, and I'll show you what I mean. I kind of like them white because we already got some white streaks in it, but you can take even your markers. Let's take the lightest pink. Where's my light pink? Where'd it go? Where's the light pink? Is this it? Yeah. So I'm going to take my pink and I'm going to just go right over the top. Let's see if I can hold this up. So in other words, instead of leaving them white, I'm going to go over them with the marker, and they'll still be vibrant and there, but they won't be stark white. Let me find a good spot. All right, well, right here. Go over it with the pink. Well, good grief. I made a boo-boo there now. Let's look. All right, right here. All right, right there. Now watch. I'm going to go over it with the pink. See? It's still vibrant, but it's not white. Is that showing up? Like right over it. You can even go right over the top there. Be careful, though. You don't get it, they're going to bleed onto they're going to blend. So you got to be careful if you go somewhere that there's not the white acrylic. Okay, so let me kind of feather that out. Okay, so let's just go right on all the white hairs and just kind of, so they're not stark white hairs, they're pink hairs. Okay, you want to turn them pink. And it may not show up very well on camera, but that's good. All right. Don't forget her hand. Oh, yeah, okay. A little bit of hand showing. Let me get a flesh color here. This is pale, I don't want pale pink, I want, what's this one called? Flesh color, that's what it's called. We're just going to go in here, flesh color. And then a little bit of oatmeal. Where's oatmeal? And a little bit of oatmeal for a little bit of a shadow. There we go. Okay. So let me back out again now, and it's going to, again, take a look, because this is what the vibrancy of it is. That's what the true colors are. Well, maybe I should show y'all before I back out then the markers, because otherwise they're not going to look vibrant. I'm going to show you the colors real quick, and then we'll back out. Like your cotton candy hair. So you can see how just adding a few little wisps And then I do like her tights too. Yeah, when you're doing a feather, let me just show you real quick. Let me get just a piece of scratch paper envelope here. My Dede envelope. Okay, hang on, guys. I got some incoming mail. Froze me for a second. Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. Okay, so if you do a, let me see if I can get a, the marker's going to be too thick. Let me see. Oh, let me get a thicker marker. I don't want a brush tip. I don't want the brush tip. I just want, the Sharpie's too thick. Hang on, guys. Let me just grab a, I'm just going to grab a regular marker just to show you real quick a feather. Like, you like it? I'm going to back out so you can see the whole thing better. But if you're doing a feather, it's kind of the same thing. If you do a feather, I'm just going to do this real quick, guys. Okay, so if you're doing a feather, take more time, but if you do a feather, if you'll just do a couple little fronds like coming off like that, it just gives it more real, like it's more of a real feather. If you just have a few or a couple even, just like coming across, you know, like loose, little loose hairs or whatever they're called on a feather. So it's kind of the same thing on hair. If you have some crossing over like that. Okay, let me show you the colors real quick, and then we'll back out. And let me see. Just want to separate everything here. In no particular order. I don't have all the greens together. I took them all out of the box so I could use whatever color. But I want to show you all the different colors here that come in the 36 colors. We'll just take 1 minute. It'll take about 2-3 minutes. But there's 36 colors. I want to show them to you in the vibrancy that they are because they're so vibrant. Okay, so we have light carmine. And again, I'm not going to be showing you them in any particular, I might try to pick out the oranges and reds and all, but whatever. There's just orange. And see, they're so vibrant, guys. Bright yellow. This one's mustard. Light pink. Oatmeal. Beige. Flesh. Pale pink. Maybe I need to show you over the white. There we go. Carmine red. Pink. That's that hot pink. I love all the grays that they have in this. I love the grays. Okay, here's some greens. Okay, pale green. These are the colors we're using in our jacket. Light green. May green. Here's olive green. Just green. I'm going to back out so y'all can see it just a minute. Blue gray. It's kind of like slate gray, blue gray. And I'm not doing them, just kind of looking here to see what's similar. Green gray, kind of a dark olive. Mid green. What else do we have here? Deep green. That's the dark green we're using. We have cobalt blue, Prussian blue, blue, just plain blue, black, gray brown, mid-gray, dark brown, mid-brown, lots of browns and grays, so they're awesome colors in this set. Gray, light gray, here's light violet, violet, dark gray, brown, and deep blue. So those are the colors in the 36 set. Yeah, all right, let me go ahead and zoom back out. Now again, we'll see what the colors, if they stay as vibrant in person. All right, let me refocus because we zoomed out. And now I'll relighten it back up a little. Now it's a little bit flashed out again because I had to lighten it up, but the colors that I had a minute ago, those are the true actual vibrancy. It's just that my camera flashes out on white, but I think you can see. So I'm going to send that to Eileen, and we're going to send this one to Eileen for her to color herself. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm going to upload these two videos, the studio update video. And if y'all did not hear earlier, if you weren't here earlier, we had, I told them that the two videos from 2 weeks ago that got hung up in Ustream, they unhung up. And so I have them to upload too. So I have McCarroll's Happy Mail, and there may be some other people's Happy Mail in that one. And then I have from 2 weeks ago an art card video that uploaded. So I've got 5 videos to upload. And yeah, so thanks so much, Eileen, for the markers. I've been wanting to do this test for a while and play with these and see how they worked. And I really like their, well, sorry guys, it's going to flash out, but you know, I really like the way that they blend and that you can do in a tray and just like you would a watercolor. And you can compare yours to how, you know, we did this and see, because Eileen's used these a lot. She knows how to use these babies. You're welcome, Eileen. So thanks, guys. And remember, Monday, hopefully my daughter Denise and Boo will be here on Monday. Boo will do, hopefully, I'm just not promising, but we're hoping. She'll do a makeup video on Monday, and me and Denise will just hang out and, you know, fun like we always do. All right, guys, any other announcements you want to make? Don't forget to go to Sherry 1975 through the Shannon Green Inspiration Conspiracy, 13 YouTubers that Shannon has shouted out and connected them all. And Shannon's just real good about sharing everybody's videos. So that's why we did a shout out drawing of Shannon a couple months ago. So, all right, guys, y'all have a great weekend. I know it's only Wednesday, but Thursday, but I won't do a video probably till Monday. But I'll upload all these 5. All right, guys, thanks everybody. Bye. Sherry, you can turn the lights out when you leave. People are still posting links. Sherry or Eileen or Carrie, one of y'all can turn off the links when you leave. Okay, bye guys.